What's up, guys? Subzerac here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing our contractually obligated YBY1 VOD review. It's been far too long since we VOD reviewed this guy, and so I thought, let's do a YBY1 VOD review. This lobby is insanely cracked. Look at the lobby on the right side here. We have not only some great players, Les Coco, Dasik from Europe, but we have Tidal in this lobby, a bunch of fantastic other players, Songyop in this lobby, as well Yatsuhashi. I don't know who YU Mad Pro or Daeum Seum are, but yeah, I'm sure they're great players if they're playing in this regionals scrim lobby here. We can already actually see a little bit of a preference out of YBY1, because we've done a lot of these VOD reviews talking about the Zoe reroll comp, but you can see he actually prefers the Jinx to the Zoe, right? He fields Jinx on this board and then ends up getting more gold drop for minions here, so he opts to sell the Zoe, the Vayne, and the Ashe here to make 10 gold here. So showing that he really prefers this Jinx unit. I've talked about all the different 3-cost lines that exist on this patch, and Jinx is one that is really nice. So you can see YBY1 certainly leaning towards that a little bit here, gonna field just the Shen, and actually the full-on bruisers here, and even the Aphelios here to leave himself maybe even with the option to sell out of this Jinx here. I doubt that it's going to be enough econ here. Yeah, I mean, we can't make like 20 gold or anything like that, but he does opt to even sell out of the Jinx here, hold on to more pieces of this kind of Ionia opener here, holds on to the Rek'Sai in this spot as well for, potentially Void if we get there. Void, I think, a lot weaker these days. YBY1, he's such a fast decision maker, and you see I literally did not even have time to pause this video before he started rolling his augments here. So let's go back frame by frame. A tip for anybody who wants to go frame by frame on YouTube. If you use the comma key, you can go frame by frame on YouTube. So we roll over the tiniest Titan and the Earth Axiom here, and I mean, we're looking at patience as a virtue, and yeah, even interestingly enough, we skip over a magic roll, which is, one of, in many people's opinions, the best silver augments in the game, but YBY1 prioritizes so much this augment in this spot here. I mean, it's free rerolls, which is really good. It is easy to unlock, Bard with these free rerolls, so any amount of free reroll augment is never bad. And also, every single video I've talked about this, but we're in a world where fast 9, 3-cost reroll, these are very high econ traits. Type of comps, so you need as much gold as possible, and so YBY1 can be very happy to just chill here, going to take his extra econ. It's funny, we actually won this first fight because we fought somebody who was full open, and there's another Patience of Virtue player in here, so it's gonna be a bit interesting to see actually how we opt to play this here. You could sell the board, but yeah, I think he's saying there's a lot of weak players in this lobby, a lot of people full opening, so I might as well actually just play my strongest board here, hilariously enough, and I go into a 2 streak here. I mean, if he had full sold there to make 30, he would have made the 1 gold of making interest, but I mean, he made the 1 gold anyway by winning this fight. Of course, imagining that we are going to roll here, it almost looks like he's, yeah, okay. I was like, are we really not going to roll here, YBY1? But yes, we do, of course, roll down here, get the Bard unlock here, pick up the Ari as well, which is pretty nice. Oh my God, wow. He takes the 2 win streak here, sees that he has a pretty strong board now with the upgrades onto the Ionia units. So he's going to level and play Ionia. He's going to play a level 5 board with 3 Ionia here and not pick up the Bard here. So we roll down to find the Bard, but then he hit such a strong board that he said, I don't need Bard. I'm just going to win streak from this spot. Man, I mean, this is such... I'm already so happy that we are VOD reviewing this game, because like who else would take this path here to say, start off with an incredibly weak board, win the first 2 fights because people are full open, and then say, you know what, I'm going to level in this spot here. Oh, he locked the Bard here. Oh my God. And then rolled his last roll here and found a triple cannon shop. What is this? So, I mean, it's actually not sad for us. I don't think you can say that you're sad about this, but we do, of course, lose another round of our Patience as a Virtue buying this Kennen, but we thought, you know what, the reason why we rolled this round is because we bought the Bard already, right? So we might as well roll here, see if we can find some other units to buy. And obviously the triple Kennen shop is a crazy thing to pick up, but now we're actually going down this route of fielding the Bard on this board and playing strongest board plus Bard, saying, you know what, I mean, I have the Nico that I have 4 units that I want to play on the board, right? 3 Ionia plus Nico, which links up to Fenrir and Arcanist here. So I have a pretty open 5th slot here, and I mean, especially after hitting this Kennen cannon, my board is so strong that I might as well just play the Bard on my board and continue to win here. The cannon gonna get the Sunfire here because we're a little bit afraid of this board here with the Jinx or the Zoe onto it. So might as well just try to go for the slam here, though honestly doesn't really look like we needed to make the slam. And so we are going to be 5 streak Patience of Virtue. I don't think I've ever seen this. Somebody win streak, full streak Patience of Virtue. But I mean, it makes sense, honestly. Patience of Virtue, especially when you are rolling for Bard in spots like this, is something that is going to allow you to find upgrades, and so we do find them. The next question on the docket for YBY1 is, what are we actually playing this game? You can play Ari Reroll from this spot. You can play just like AP Fast 9 from this spot. That would be my intuition, is that we should play AP Fast 9, but to be fair, we already have 3 cannons. Our odds of, being able to reach a cannon 3 this game is pretty high. The question, if we don't want to play AP Fast 9, if we do actually want to play kind of like AP into Ionia reroll, is when do you roll and how much do you roll? Because it's a little bit awkward to say, roll on 3-5, spend 3-5 buying units, and then you lose out on those rounds, but then you have to wait until the next round, like later into stage 4 when you want to roll. You have to be very careful when with Patience of Virtue you do roll here. Does he really want Epoch here? It seems pretty mediocre. I mean, I think the other 2 options are pretty bad. I almost like solo play here, but he's just going to grab the Epoch here. All right. And just saying, you know what? It is a good enough augment here. He does have 5 Ionia if he wants to play it here. Would you ever just drop Bard for this 5 Ionia? I guess the question is, are you in danger of losing any fights? And if you are, maybe you should play 5 Ionia. And if you're not, then you can actually just greed the Bard here. He is going to opt to just play this 5 Ionia, say, you know what, I'm not going to take any chances. I want a 6-win streak here. Bard's usually going to be farming me like 1 gold, maybe 2 gold on a fight win. And so, like, is there any real reason to play Bard here when I can be taking the plus 3 gold for the streak plus the extra 1 gold for winning, so 4 gold per round versus the like 1, maybe 2 gold for Bard? Yeah, I think it makes sense. It's interesting. Huh, why did we lock this? We locked this shot for the Dr. Schmundo or what? That's the only thing I can think of, unless he really wants another chin that badly. Yeah, he locked for Dr. Mundo with the idea that, I mean, it's a bruiser that we're going to play towards later. It's pretty, unless he's locking for Poppy, which, I mean, I guess. It really looks like we are, team planning out some kind of very, very strong Fast 9 option here. So, yeah. The other thing is, it could be that he just accidentally locked that shop. He did lock shop there. I'm not crazy, I think. All right, going into Carousel here, we slammed both of our items. The JG was a very heads-up, straightforward slam, and the BT, gonna be one that we're gonna still have a great home for later onto either a Shyvana, onto a Sylas later. So a lot of stuff to work with. And I'm just grabbing the tier off Carousel. I like the tier pickup here. It means that we can build towards, any kind of mana item for our mana carries. If we're playing towards Annie, if we're playing towards Melmedarda, there's so many of these like high mana carries in the meta right now that makes a lot of sense to just, take a tier as your open component tier, and you're pretty happy with it. So yeah, going to continue to chill on this board here. We will see if our streak drops at any point, because there's some scary boards around here. Day 6 board, not bad at all. Already is the Wukong that rolled a Declaw here, and LeBlanc, a great unit. And yeah, this fight's actually relatively close. I think we got it clutched out, but it was pretty scary. Yeah, we do pick up the fight win here. So not bad from YBY1. All right, the Ari is now in shop here. This is, one of the big hits here. If we can find RE2, that is going to stabilize us well on our way to level 9 here. We would not have to roll it all on level 8 if we find this RE2. The question being, do you buy this here or do you just lock? And he's going to lock. Locking makes a lot of sense with Patience of Virtue when you know that you're going to roll soon, with the idea that, if we buy this unit, we're losing 2 free rerolls. If we lock this unit, we are actually losing 1 free reroll in that, your shop rerolls every round. So as long as we're going to roll relatively soon, it is advantageous to lock for this Ari. So, net here, we are up 1 roll here. And then if we lock for 1 more round, we are then net neutral on picking up the Ari if we roll on that round, essentially. So that's kind of a way you can think about it here. Tier, imagine to be blue buff here, but we'll see. Another 5 cannons. I would be tempted to play just into reroll this game, but YBY1, he is not tempted to play reroll here. He is tempted to just be a beast here. And look at this. We pick up the Zilean here, and then he says, you know what? That's enough. We were looking for something to stabilize our board on the way to level 9, and a Zilean 1 traitless Zilean one, by the way, is enough in his mind with, I mean, basically double mana gen items, the blue buff and the Nashor's Tooth with the JG here. Doesn't matter so much if we even take losses here because Zilean stacking us up on the mana on the way. I mean, we're very easily going to be able to make it to level 9 in this spot here. I actually would like to take some kind of combat here. I don't really love Defense of the Placidium, the GS. We're kind of done on damage items. I mean, do you ever just take middle here? I don't love it, but I mean, I think you have to. Yeah, okay, good pickup here. We do still also have the Barden, by the way, talking about other upsides here. Look at our rerolls, 21 free rerolls here. We also have the ability to unlock Set at any time if we want it. We are not unlocking him yet, with one potentially the idea that we might not even, okay, yeah, we are gonna unlock him this round. I was gonna say, because the round that you unlock Set is a round where you would like to you know, spend your rolls and actually, you know, buy everything else here. And yeah, it looks like he's now, knowing that we have the Zilean here, he's leaning more towards this kind of the old school, like, yeah, Kobuko, Kennen, like the Yordle Fast 9 angle. I mean, I think this comp is still very, very solid here. And so he says, yeah, you know what? I'm going to get these double unlocks here this round as well. That's another thing that is very thorny with Patience of Virtue, but you see YBY1 navigated it perfectly here. He unlocked both Set and Kobuko on the same round so that he can just buy. The worst case scenario, right, is on 4-3 you unlock Set, and then on 4-5 you unlock Kobuko, and then you're wasting, you know, your Patience of Virtue round every single one of those. And so very intelligently from YBY1 here, he unlocks both in the exact same round, finds the Wukong as well, which is just, I mean, lucky in that spot, and he's now in a fantastic spot here, and he even won the last fight, which just goes to show what a beast the Zilean unit is with items. And still, we are getting that Chrono Keeper on Zilean, slowly stack it up. I mean, are we gonna get an ant? He's gonna skip. Wow. I thought for sure we would grab Annie for Annie there, but his thought is, you know what's so important here? Void Staff. We need to get to a Marshred. I'm guaranteed to hit my units in this spot. I have 23 free rerolls and no pressure on us HP-wise, so we might as well just go for BIS here and not grab the Annie. It's so smart, and just shows like how context-dependent everything is in TFT here. Yeah, just really, really nice stuff out of YBY1 here. Why did that Yone just get like stunned at the start of combat? Am I crazy here? Can I just go back? I mean, honestly, it was probably just like a server lag thing or something like this. Yeah, I think because like there's no reason for him to be stunned at the start of combat there, right? He did some damage. I think that was just a visual bug because YBY1 is on like a 200 ping essentially, but that was a little sus looking. But I think that was just visual bug. He was lagging a little bit earlier in this game. All right, gonna continue to chill here. Probably gonna send it on 5-1. I think we are well and away good enough on the amount of rerolls that we have at this point, especially because we're going to get some more from Epoch, by the way. Throws the Garen into Planner, very smart, knowing that Sylas is going to be in any kind of comp that can fit him, the way to cap your board, so smart stuff. And it's going to be interesting to see how he does actually like fully cap this board, because he's got some stuff in. Looks like he's playing more towards like a vertical Arcanist line, where the old school line did not play for Arcanist here. He's actually, yeah, going to level this round here, which is going to make it a lot easier for him to roll down and stabilize this round. Finds Lucian Senna here, finds the Zilean, finds the Annie. Really good stuff picked up already. Is going to lose out on a little bit of free refreshes here, but I mean, you think about the upside here to being able to pivot your board on this round is huge here. And look, I mean, we've still got so many rolls. We do lose on the Epoch value. Man, wait, this was such a kind of almost crazy play from YBY1 that I feel like we do need to actually talk about it, because look, we've over leveled by 10 EXP here from Epoch, but he says, I'm gonna have enough gold to do this regardless. I still have 17 free rerolls in this spot, so why not actually start sending it on 4-7 and then finish rolling on 5-1? I'm 54 HP. What's a more important resource in this spot, my HP or my econ here? Well, I'm good. 17 free rerolls. I'm gonna make it to my entire board. So I actually do want to play more for HP in this spot, and the extra 10 XP. I mean, it's just gonna get us from 9 to 10, which it's very likely that we can go 10 this game. And it's a challenging roll down to go for, because you need to do stuff like unlock Sylas here, which we are gonna do. Pick up the Sylas here. Find a 6th Zilean here. Would it ever be a Zilean 3 game? I don't know. We will see here. Makes just beautiful items here. The Void Staff onto the Annie with the double mana there. And then this allows us to move the JG Nash up to the Silas here. BT goes there. And the only thing we're kind of missing out on here is tank items. I mean, oh, how much would I love to see a random Zilean 3 out of YBY1? I mean, we could just also like field double Zileans maybe. Wow. Full reforges the Sunfire because we're at this point. Even though it's like, it's kind of a tank item, it's not really enough of a tank item to justify it existing in a world where we're playing Annie. And I mean, anything else that we roll will be fantastic here. GS, I mean, we have so many units to itemize here. We still have the set to itemize. We still have the Zilean to itemize. Interesting as well that YBY1, he values this 4 Arcanist Silas so much that we are itemizing a Silas 1 over a 2-star set or a 2-star Zilean here. Just saying, yeah, it's the Silas unit is just such a monster, especially with these items getting him casting. We want to actually prioritize his items over everything, which, I mean, it seems quite reasonable when you think about it. The Silas guy, once again, especially after the buffs that have happened to him over a few patches, has just become such a monster that I could certainly see it. Still, by the way, holding on to the Zilean here. I hope that we don't sell the Zilean. I want to keep the dream of a 3-star 5 cost alive. I mean, if there's ever a time to go for it, then now would be it. Title here dropping kind of low. Title in a pretty rough spot. Trying to play Jinx reroll, but just cannot make it there. So unfortunate. For us, we are looking for some more, I would say maybe a first tank item, maybe that Bramble Vest here, or well, I can't take it anymore, so I guess it's a Gwinsu's Rage Blade here for the Zilean. I would love to have a tank item at any point in this game, but to be fair, we have the plot armor as a little bit of extra frontline, and the other thing is that, you know, Set is like pseudo frontline, Silas not a frontliner, but you know, he is going to absorb a decent amount of damage just by being a guy that jumps in there, so not the end of the world to not have any real healing items or frontline items. We can live with just having this kind of setup here. And you can see, I mean, the board does so much damage so quickly. The Silas, I mean, that was almost as much damage as Annie 2, Silas 1 dealt there. And we are still not even Silas paired here. But the second we make it to Silas 2, I think this game, it might be over if somebody can't find like a 3-star 4 cost or something, which, you know, would be what we need to deny. And also the way for us to win past that would obviously be on the Zilean 3, which we'll see if we can cap out with that. I mean, that is the dream here. Rotating to less Coco's aboard. I'm in a solid Ionia, just kind of like fast 9 Ionia board. But I mean, the thing is, even though our frontline is pretty vulnerable, ooh, that was actually a really close fight. Okay, I thought that Annie was just going to burn through everything quickly enough, but yeah, we do actually nearly lose that fight, so maybe the game's not over yet. The thing is, YBY1 is about to spike real hard here, unless Coco was level 9 with not a ton of gold left, so I don't know if he can outcap him later here. Also, I guess it is a question of what do you want to cap out with here. I mean, you could just play the double Zileans, which would be pretty decent. I'm thinking adaptive. Yeah, I think adaptive makes a lot of sense here, and you can just move the Smojin over there, level up here, so much free EXP, and look at this. Oh my god, hold the line, right? Who needs to roll this round? Let's just roll next round and keep the Zilean 3 dream alive. I mean, I love it. I love it. Because why do you need to roll this round? We're 54 HP, win streaking in this spot here. The Silas doing insane work. Silas does actually go down here. The Jinx 3 is going to do good damage, but I just don't think Title's board has enough frontline to deal with YBY1's board. Man, if YBY1 didn't have the most insane spot of all time, Title's board would have been pretty good here. All right, probably have to send it here if we want a chance of hitting here. Let's see his roll down here, 2x speed, just to make it look even cooler here. Does find another Zilean. Wait, is he? Ooh, is he thinking about... It would be so sick to see him sack, but this is a scrim, so I think he is going to try to play strongest here. Also, he's still 2 Zileans off, which is pretty sad here. But if he kills this Coco, the problem is then we can't go for anything. Okay, honestly, we positioned pretty badly here, and I think this allowed us to lose here. Okay, so we did take a solid loss here. Very, very good. Silas 2. The problem is that's going to win you the fight, YBY1. I mean, if you're really woke, then just sell the board, but... it would probably be BM to do that in a scrim here, so I think we are just going to play strongest here. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't care about the BM nature of it. Actually, no. He item rumored as Annie. All right, he is. I mean, full respect to YBY1 for going for this here, because this is the most content play that exists here. All right, we could either try to sack one more and just not get 7-0'd here and be fine, or we could just start selling our board and digging for the Zilean here. We'll see what YBY1 wants to go for here. He has to choose his moment. I mean, I think the second you find a Zilean, you kind of have to... You could sell board if you wanted to here. He's messed around for enough. Please tell me we're not just saying, you know, we've messed around enough. Now we're just going to win this fight. Oh, no. I mean, I guess you could maybe make the case that this enemy board can win somehow, but I think at full power, our board should just clear here. And I think that will be the end of the game without a Zilean 3. I mean, it's actually, I mean, enemy set did his best there, but it is not enough. We do win the fight and we do take the free top one here. So great game from YBY1. Very fun. Really just beautiful Patience of Virtue game. Really, I love that idea of win streak Patience of Virtue from his spot. That was such an intelligent decision to push levels and play for that. And it ended up, I mean, making the game just easy to play, and really liked how he capped out as well, how he decided on his fast 9 board based on what he had natural already, based on what he had. Just a great game from start to finish. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch, my Metafy, all my other links down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching as always.